First streams.
You don't think, that's dangerous.
What do you intend to achieve with that question?
I'm saying.
You don't think before you speak.
Charlie, hey, if this song gets lots of streams, can qualify to be in the Afrobeat Song of the Year. That's if it can push other songs on the album away, like compete fairly with the other songs. Yes, most popular song, I doubt, but Afrobeat.
It's early days yet.
Yeah, let's see what happens.
We are in May.
Maybe there's me starting forecasting.
You never know how well the songs are going to do from now to December.
No, but this song there, the album already there out. The album is doing great.
Of course,
the Iron Boy album is doing great.
Of course, he's referring to this particular song.
And any other song on the album.
I feel the song on the album that can challenge this one would be the other one, the Smoby, and there's another one a bit more challenging. This one for Afrobeat and Afro pop song of the year. Let's see what happens. Yeah. I mean, early days yet, as you say, but maybe by May, then I choose my artist of the year.
It's dangerous.
It's dangerous to do that.
It's very dangerous.
We have Dennis Martin joining us this morning. Boss, everything cool?
Cool.
And he's the CEO of Ghana Comedy Awards.
Yes, sir.
How long have you been organizing Ghana Comedy Awards?
Okay, so its name as Ghana Comedy Awards is this year is 2 years, but it used to be Comedy and Poetry Awards.
Okay.
Yes, so it started 2019 as Comedy and Poetry Awards. 2019, 2020, COVID did some good magic on us, so we started the whole project 2019, but we could not do the massive thing we wanted to do. So what we did was, because of the restrictions, we invited only the winners, as the comedians and the poets together, present them with their winning plaques and everything. So 2020, when the whole tensions and everything came down, then we started the second phase or the second edition of the awards.
Okay.
But the second edition would be the first outdoor event because after COVID.
Okay.
So yes. So we did it 2021. We did the main first outdoor event as comedy and poetry at East Legon, I think Micklin. Yes. It was a big event. I mean, so the second one also, the third one also happened. We had a projection of a 5-year term that, let's do this for 5 years. After 5 years, comedy and poetry are not the same. Then we officially split them as single or standalone industries. But looking at the pace that the industry was growing, especially for comedy, we said, no, let's not wait until 5 years. Let's do that now before 5 years is up. So that's what brought up the Ghana Comedy Awards. Okay,
so that's after 2 years you realized the growth.
After 3 years, sorry.
After 3 years, you realized the growth, and then you decided to split it. Okay, so now we have Ghana Comedy Awards as a separate entity, and also Ghana Poetry Awards.
That will come later as a separate entity as well.
Okay. Wow. The whole team is up in the building. Kwame Dazi, everything cool?
Everything cool.
Nice.
Chris and Cross, man.
Kaswa Simon Cowell. Martinez.
He's not been here for a while now. I've been wondering
he's working on a project with Sister Fia.
Oh, that's why.
Yes.
In Crawford,
Sumo be mamie.
Mente pantine.
On fakudu omremie.
Yes, ye be ana.
Pantine for now is where you.
Fakudu omefa no mra.
Fambo tumremie.
I don't want you no.
Remix version. DJ Slim. Featuring Martinez.
I beg.
Adam Chotome.
Yes, sir.
Everything cool, my guy.
Right, agree.
On the 2nd of August. Yeah, I'll be telling you more about it. Yeah. Something amazing is happening. Yeah.
Is he traveling? Is he jackpying?
2nd August. Hey.
But you guys,
he's holding an event.
What are you reading there? Huh? You've been in this studio how many times? 2nd August. Yeah. Is it a Monday or a Tuesday? We don't know.
Kwame, have you seen the haircuts?
Whose haircut?
And then
it's always been like this, but I'm wondering what's happening on 2nd August.
Lumba's haircut back in the days. Lumba Chapon.
Lumba star,
I mean, Makabe Waha time. And we've been at the metro.
I don't know what switching say.
Anyway, Dennis, when is it happening this year? When is it happening? And how damage will they get? We will damage you small.
Oh, how you go do? I'll be normal level. Some. So this year we are doing it at La Palm.
Okay.
La Palm Royal Beach, their main auditorium inside the hotel, Adjetey. I think that's their biggest hall inside the building. On Saturday, 24th of May. So just this coming Saturday. That's
staring at us.
2 days from today.
Yeah.
So we are doing it at La Palm, and the time is 7 p.m. for red carpet, 7 to 8, and then 8:30 to 12. We want to do the main event. I know my boss Kwame Dazi would say something about the time because he's very cautious about time, and his post the last time on TGMA was a big one. So
is it also an all-night event?
No, it's not an all-night event. If you've been to events from the days when it used to be comedy and poetry to date, you realize that we are very cautious on time.
Oh, okay.
I think our worst time we had was 12:45.
As a closing time.
As a closure time.
Okay.
So if you say, this Ghana events there on bed chess, no.
Yeah, we have called 10, 10, 30, 11, 11:30. By 12,
By 12:30 there.
Because just take a cue from all comedy shows. There's a start time and there's an end time.
Yeah.
Poetry shows are the same. That is where our birth or stomach is from. And so we make sure that we don't go beyond our limits. And mind you, we have some dignitaries also coming in. We have legends of comedy that are also going to be present. Some are going to do something on stage for us. And so all these things are factored into the time that they're supposed to stay there, the time they're supposed to leave. So we don't want to go and stretch an event. No, we are. There's a program outline. If you are 10 minutes, 10 minutes. If it's 5 minutes, 5 minutes, you are done. You step down, somebody else comes. That's what we want to do.
Okay, so any payment at the gate?
Yes, so we are doing silver. We don't want to call our tickets regular, and then regular is not a good name. So we named it silver, and then the VIP one is gold. So the silver is 200, and then the VIP is gold for anybody that wants to attend the event on Saturday.
Okay, so for VIP treatment, how much are you going in for?
300
Ghana cedis.
Yes, please.
Okay, so I have this question for you.
Yes.
I want to know, 3 years down the line, how has this award scheme impacted the comedy industry in Ghana? How has it been?
So let's take ourselves back a bit. Before COVID, during COVID, today,
Yeah.
the impact of comedy has really been felt. Before, it was never something that we will really pay attention to. Even yes, the gentlemen and the ladies were doing massive behind the scenes and everything, but you would attest to the fact that 5 years ago, when you say Ghana comedy, people don't even want to pay attention to you because they think, nah, wait, but today, let's be objective. Comedy is rocking shoulders equally with music, to the extent that we have some of our great people filling auditoriums, filling places that musicians can't even fill. An example is the Boko Marina. How many musicians have done a show at Boko Marina and have gotten capacity to the extent that the ring is even being encroached? So that should tell you how far comedy has come. Go to the national theaters. Go to the UPSA auditoriums. I even did a show with the guys in Ho. Yes, we did Ho. We did a comedy show in Ho. We've done it back to back every year. This year we're going to do it as well because they keep calling us that we should come back. And when you go to Ho, you would say it's a territory that nobody should even listen to comedy. But trust me, the UPSA auditorium, the Ho Technical University takes about say average of 900 people. We got the gate crash.
Wow.
Yeah, we got a gate crash. So we should understand that this is an industry, yes, growing, but it has gotten to a point where the recognition is there.
Okay.
If we focus more on it, trust me, very soon we'll not sideline music, but we'll have another force to reckon on the market of entertainment and creativity when it comes to Ghana, because it's a big seller. It's a big seller for us.
Anyway, Kwame, do you have a question for him?
I want to know the initial decision of you merging poetry and comedy. When you did that, I was struggling to understand the correlation between comedy and poetry at that time. Okay. What informed that decision?
So, most of the times, comedy scripts are mostly done, some, not all though, but mostly done and scripted by poets. Yes, we have writers who write comic writing, but in most cases, the poets write a lot of scripts. An example is Rhyme Sonny. He writes some good script for some of the comedians that we watch today. There are GZs, there Jeffrey Nortes and co.
Oh, he's a gag writer?
He's great at that.
Wow.
He's great at that. Not only him, we have so many people that do that as well. And when you go to comedy shows, mostly you see poets performing as well. And the whole point was, okay, we have these two people always doing something together, but they've not gained that recognition that should come to them. And so we want to support these two spaces. But how do we do it? Okay, let's bring them together, because already they are together. Indirectly, they are always together. So let's marry them, grow them at a pace. When it reaches the peak we want it to, then we separate and pay attention to them individually. So that was the whole agenda or idea.
So you now have another award scheme for the poets?
Yes, we have
organized by yourself? Okay.
Yes, organized by ourselves. But we've not started it yet because I must say, let's be honest, poetry is a bit on the decline.
Yeah.
Is a bit on a decline. So we want to have some series of activities to build up the energy so we can do the awards. If not, you would create the scheme, which is created already. You put out nominee categories, but nobody will be able to get into that space because there's no content to put into any criteria. And so let's create a certain agenda, maybe open platforms where we can have poetry featuring. We'll have some poetry shows, we'll have some literature writings, we'll have some series of activities. Some of the schools will also be part of these things that will happen. So when all these things happen, then yes, you can unearth an award to support or to celebrate them for their hard work that they're doing. Yes.
Okay. So how are nominees selected, and also criteria used to determine the winners? Is it published or is it a peer review scheme? How is it done?
Okay. So first of all, we open the portal. The portal is not limited to the creatives alone. It's a website, GhanaComedyAwards.com, where you go there. But now that's nomination side is off because we are done with nominations. So when we open the portal, we throw it out to the public, we throw it out to the creatives themselves, the industry players, anybody that is a comedian that thinks my work for this year can go into this particular category or that particular category. You file for it yourself. Your manager or somebody that knows you can do it, or even a fan can nominate you.
Okay.
The portal is so open that anybody who sees it and thinks, hey, Mr. So and so is good, Madam so and so is good, can just put your name out there for that category. Then when we close it, it gets to the receiving stage where the board and the academy would look at it. There's a board that goes through everything with the research team, where to put what, not to put there, this person should be here and that person shouldn't be there. We do all that and then we put it out for the public, or officially announce it to the public as the nominees, then voting starts.
Okay, so voting is for public. Is there a quota for the voting?
Yes.
Board has how many percent?
50 with academy. So 30, 20.
30, 20, and then
50 for public. So it's 50-50.
Okay.
And so you can win at any peril. Yes, especially but some categories are quite technical, something like events, comedy event and all of that. We peg that at the technical side, so we look at 60 for that, but generally most of the categories are 50.
When you say 60, that means 30.
60 means 30 board academy, and then 40 for public. Yes.
Okay.
But generally it's 50-50, so 50 for public, 30-20, making the 50 for the board and academy.
I want to know, putting together an event like this with virtually all the stakeholders being active. I mean, when I say active, all the comedians are fully active these days. We have new comedians coming in every now and then. There must be some form of challenges that you go through in getting them to, seeing the vision and all that. What are some of them?
For the challenges is a lot. Though we try to pay attention to the to the positives all the time, but we look at some of the challenges. One thing is we are not doing this for ourselves.
Okay.
We are doing this for the love of comedy, for the growth of comedy, and what the future holds. So sometimes, because of how some schemes don't really pay attention to how important these people that are doing the creatives are, sometimes they're a bit reluctant on pushing their agenda. But mind you, this is for comedy.
Okay.
There was nothing like the Ghana Comedy Awards, but the guys were doing so amazing. So we brought this up to celebrate them, to put them on another map, another level. And so I think support, yes, we have some great number of support. I won't lie to you. We have some great number of support, but if they can do beyond what they're doing today, I think Nigeria or any other country will not even be close to Ghana. Apart from the support, I think corporate Ghana should also reach out, because before you would open your eyes and we get into a level of the Oscars where you call us and we'll say, okay, wait. Why don't you come now? Let's grow together. So we want to entreat corporate Ghana to also come in. This is a platform where it's so big enough to catapult anything that you do. It's one of the challenges, but so far we are good. Some good brands are supporting.
Are with you?
Yeah, yes, they are with us.
Do you get support from the comedy industry?
Yes, we do, but we want more. We do. I don't think
the comedians themselves, are they supportive?
Yes, some are a bit slow with that, but let's be honest, they should support this scheme. They should support this.
When you say slow, what do you mean?
Slow in terms of sometimes the energy that we put in, they don't do it to that level. Like some of them, the postings, you have to reach out and ask, okay, have you seen your email? Have you seen the post? Have you seen the letter? Have you seen your nominations?
The artwork to your
everything.
nomination.
So what are you doing about it? Are you going to post it? You see, but the posting, they do, not all of them, but some of them expect to win, especially those who don't post. After you announce win a new year, hey, I deserve it. It's supposed to be me. Where was your energy? Where was your support?
The thing I talk.
You see that thing? So you want the thing, but you drag your feet. Why you go drag your feet? If you love the woman, go for him. Not wait for make somebody can take the woman before you go can't say, yeah, this woman say like if I be my own. No, you know be your own. You know go take her.
And then one was on the the thing I talk with I told you Jay-Z can.
Why are you to Jay-Z?
Okay, let's move on. So
you get Jay-Z for
why are you to Jay-Z?
Let's move on.
Why?
How has the award ceremony evolved since its inception? And I mean, because I've been to a couple of international Ghanaian-based international award schemes, and I've seen some of them changing structures, even venue and all that. How has yours evolved since its inception?
Yes, it started low, but it has picked up a lot. Last year like this we did with Snap Cinema.
Okay.
This year we are doing La Palme. So it should tell you that we are from
some growth.
Yes, it's been a very big growth. We are from somewhere, we're going somewhere, and we are hoping that next year we would even go beyond where we are. Some categories have been added up. Some categories are being supported by some brands.
Okay.
Yes. If I can mention.
Feel free.
Yes. So we have a category like the Stand-Up Comedian of the Year. So we have Belakwa's support. Belakwa has a project called Take a Break. It's to fight depression and mental health related stuff. And comedy is one of the best medicines to the heart, depression, mental and all of that. So we reached out to them and they said, hey, we like this idea. Let's fight depression with the stand-up comedy category. So we merged with them, and they are doing take a break and stand up to depression. Okay. So you take a break and you stand up to depression. So we are taking the ultimate winner to be the face of that project, where we would reach out to some schools and places to psych them with some shows, some entertainment and all of that. Apart from that, we have the Humor Awards from Nigeria. That's the biggest comedy awards in Nigeria.
Okay.
Their team is coming down to Ghana so we can do some good partnerships together. so that some of our winners can even go onto their platforms. They are doing their 4th edition very soon, so we'll have some of them go and then show what they have and support the movement from Ghana. We have Global Africa Times also, an international magazine, supporting the comedians with publicity.
Okay.
And then they have their mother office in Atlanta. So when they're through, they do some promo works for the comedians, put them out there on the world map. When they are recognized enough that they should come in and then come do some good shows, then boom, we are there, some cash for the pocket and everything. So
nice.
yeah, so it's a big growth. It's a big growth. We get there.
3 years down the line, this will be the 4th year, right?
This will actually be it being Ghana Comedy Awards. This will be the 2nd year.
This will be the 2nd year.
Yes.
And I mean, Chalisa Ghana Music Awards has been around for Ghana Music Awards.
Yes.
We got irrespective of the brand, has been around for 26 years. And every year back then, every year they will give somebody an award and people go and say, hey, no, this guy, they deserve him. I'm sure there's been some at your end as well.
Yeah.
And especially this year, I mean, there were nomination concerns when the list came out, and people were arguing about fairness and transparency.
Exactly.
Yeah, just person now. We don't if you see I'm well. I mean, what actually happened?
Okay, so we decided to release the nominees in 2 phases. So we did the list because it's a human institution. Obviously, you have people peeved and everything. And as a team, we are open for listening. We want to listen. We want to grow. We want to do some things, everything right. We can't be perfect, but we want to do this right. So when we released the first nominees, it was a list of the nominees in each category.
Okay.
So when we released it, we realized that most of the comedians that were not in certain categories were peeved and they were writing on social media and everything. So we said, okay, let's open.
Me who be?
Yeah.
Adam, you see some?
Oh yeah, I saw a lot of them.
Oh no, a lot of
Kwame,
them.
you
A
see
lot
some?
of them.
They were complaining for Kwame Obed, Kojo PJ, number of other.
And then I think even they themselves were complaining for some of the categories. Yes, OBC event. You see, one thing about OBC events, let me clarify this. Yeah, let me clarify. No, you didn't miss out. Okay. OBC event is a special.
Okay.
It's a special. It's a comedy special. So it's in the comedy special category. Now, you can't have OBC event in the comedy special category and comedy event of the year, because comedy event of the year, we give it that recognition to individuals who are not comedians, who produce their event and build comedians on top of it.
Okay.
So this one, according to TGMA, 2 songs in the category.
No.
It's not.
So as it day here, it comes.
No. This is different.
So it's different.
So
So
the names are category.
This is what
I'm not a
different.
comedian. If I hold a comedy event and I put comedians
And you
on,
put me on.
it's a comedy event.
Put me on as a
If
comedian.
this guy, as a comedian, does his comedy event, it's a comedy
It's
special.
because even that
Different things.
the comedian himself is going to be performed for more than 30 to even an hour, 30 minutes to an hour. But somebody's build event, though you might be the headliner, what quite 30 minutes, because there are so many acts on it. It's not your special, so you can't do everything that you want to do, but your special belongs to you. You're doing it. You can reach out to anybody to do the production for you, but it's your special.
Okay.
But I don't think there is a need to merge it. Do we have? Maybe may get to a point where there are not a lot of specials, and maybe the events are more than the specials.
Good.
Or maybe you have just two specials.
We can't merge it because specials stand alone. Apart from that, even under the event, there's a discussion from the team to split some of the events that fall under comedy event. There are theater shows,
Okay.
which are in the comedy event of the year. There are comedy events itself. Like example, Thousand Laughs is a comedy event. There's an event that was categorized from Superfarm. 1 Gallon is a comedy theater. You are putting these two under comedy event. They are two distinct, though they are all events. Even specials are events, but we need to distinct them. So even in future, we'll get comedy theater event of the year.
What is theater? If you can school us.
Fifi, come on here.
Please, so what these comedians do on the normal comedy events, as in it's a comedy special or comedy event, can they be considered theater? I don't know. I need education.
Okay, so I think they are operating within a genre in theater, which is comedy.
Okay.
and the mode of presenting it is what has become a stand-up, or, that's how we become a stand-up or a sitcom or whatever it is. So on the broad category, yes, it is theater, but within it is a genre within that they are exploring.
Exactly.
Okay.
Makes a lot of sense.
Yes, so comedy event will have some splits going forward because there's so many theater. There's the event itself. There's even. Do you know that there are those people that juggle stuff with a comical? They also do their events. They are doing comedy. They are not saying anything. They're just juggling. They are just using their acts to perform. All these are segments of comedy that we can look at. And so all these sentiments came up. And we said, okay, let's give a listening ear to the people, because at the end of the day, they are the reason why we are here. So we opened a 10-day window for anybody that has grievances to petition. So you can petition yourself, and we are still open to the public, your fans or anybody. But the more the petition, the more we pay attention to it.
Okay.
And you have to prove why with some serious proof, like the videos, the artworks, the things that you did in the year and everything. So we had a petition from Okukubioko. Strongly fighting to get into the comedian of the year category. And it was obvious what he brought. Initially, the research would limit to a certain level, but when you bring your own products, it tells how well we should sit about or think about it. So he brought it and it was considered. There was a petition from Kweku 40. I know you mixed them, Kweku 40.
I know.
So he did a special, hoping to have it in there, but his special was done. This was the first time.
Okay.
We want consistency, we want growth, we want what you can do to stay. So if you do a special the first time, no, we don't see it.
Regardless of how successful, how big,
because it got to a point. Example, when it was the comedy and poetry days, it got to a point where we had some new events. Comedy specials organized. They do the first one, then it vanishes.
But are you not looking at the year under review? Don't you think this can even motivate
I think it's unfair.
It's fair.
It's a year under review. In that year under review, this is the event which happened.
Yes, but you see, there are so many comedy specials that are running in a year. If you're not careful, you end up nominating about 20 in one category.
Well, but there should be a yardstick to measure, and
there is.
And I don't think that
yardstick
consistency
shouldn't be part. Consistency.
It's like I release a song, and you say because it's my first time of releasing a song,
you cannot.
I can't qualify for let's say song of the year.
You see,
please allow.
We want you to be consistent.
No,
I get.
We are allowing him.
Allow him to talk.
We disagree with him.
You have to go through some modifications, but I think you need to reconsider this because it's quite unfair. It's a year under review thing. So what if I have done better than most of the consistent events in that year under review? And he said, because it's my first time, you don't know my future and you can't award or nominate me. I think that is unfair because we have artists who shoot into the TGMA for the first time and they are in the Artist of the Year.
No, awarding a lifetime achievement.
See, yes. Which can be considered. Yeah. But I think that we need to grow.
I understand.
Yeah, but these are some of the they're growing you apart. You are impacting an industry.
Awarding him or her was will help.
Yeah, you are impacting an industry.
It will help, but
so if you say we need to grow, you should be part of helping them grow.
Which we are doing.
But if you are saying it's your first time and you cannot do
I get your fire. But for now it's too late to do that.
Yeah, but
okay, fine.
A lot goes into it.
Oh, yes, sir. I like this particular issue.
I feel
yeah,
maybe if the person puts together his first special and the person is awarded, it serves as a boost. I mean, you boost the person's morale, you boost the person's confidence. You will in turn be the enabler for him to do the second and the third. You understand? So if you say, I mean, let's grow, but you don't want to give the person that energy to grow, I think it's a little bit unfair.
I get your sentiments. Big Slim. Oh, well, can I call you Big Slim?
Feel free.
All right. So,
Hey.
oh yeah. That's
Big Slim.
Big Slim.
the Big Slim.
We have
so
Big
I
DJ.
call him Big Slim DJ.
Big
It's a
DJ.
word- yeah, the Big DJ Slim. You know, I think it's not a bad name.
I've been
though.
sitting with you people. I've been sitting with you people for God knows how long. You've not given me any.
Big Slim.
You've not given me any. Thank you. I take it.
Yes, the Big Slim DJ. All right. So you see, yes, it's very true. In future we'll consider that, but we've had a case where we've awarded a first time event before, and that was it. 2-3 years, nothing happened again from the quarters of the person.
And so you not win again.
Good. Okay, good.
If you do
so,
it and it qualifies, you win. If you don't do, you don't win.
I think all these things are sentiments that help to boost the growth of an industry. So all these things are being. I think we even have a team that is sitting behind, listening to whatever is going on right now. So they also consider it, and then we look at it for the future of
Yeah,
it.
like most of the schemes, every
Oh, yeah, we
when
grow
the
every
years
year.
coming, they do some sort of review.
Oh, yes.
All gospel songs were in one category.
Yes.
But this year they said, okay,
Yeah.
let's give the urban gospel a chance. You understand? Because
Don't
they want
worry.
to enable them.
We'll do it. We'll do it.
So Kwame Obed holds a very big comedy special. He performs well. All the other people perform well. And then because maybe that is the first comedy special, you say, oh, Kwame Obed cannot be nominated because it's his first time. Meanwhile, there's another person who has done like 3 times who didn't even pull large numbers.
The category.
So I think you should.
Yes, the
should-
category itself has that as a threshold, at least a minimum of 2 years or 2 time running, so that we look at the consistency and then pay very, very, very
Okay,
important
what if
attention.
the person has done?
Well, let me
for
read the
2
category
times
definition.
and then doesn't do again.
Let me read the category definition for comedy special of the year. Now it says this category recognizes comedians hosting their own one-man show to entertain audience, serving them with the best long-form one-man performance produced and performed by comic acts during the year under review. This award factors the technical production setup and technicalities of the event. I don't know if you have a working document to back this.
Yes,
but Per,
I think there's an update. There's an update
on
to it.
this.
So there's an update.
Please, production. I
Yes,
want
which has the 2 years. So I don't think production has it, but we'll make it available.
Okay.
We'll make it available.
So
But is it public?
Yes, it is. It is. That it should be a minimum of 2 years. And even when the petitions, everybody that sent a petition will respond to you with an email, which stipulates what's the criteria, the definition, and everything
I'm
else.
coming. How many years has that category been running? The comedy special of the year?
Oh, it started way back since the
When it
comedy
was-
and
when it was
poetry
Kopo.
days. Yes, it was Kopo.
So those who did specials at the time, for once, were lucky to have been nominated.
You see, let's go this way. When the scheme started, there are a lot of things that we looked over. There are a lot of things that we decided to overlook them. So we give room to whether it's been done once, whether it's been done 10 times and everything. But as the scheme grew, we realized that the consistency is becoming a problem. So let's look at people that have done it at least twice, especially for that category, because they do and they sit back, it gets missing. There's so many examples of it, but I don't want to mention because people have things that they want to protect. So that created the 2 year limit as consistency, so that we can use that to monitor whether they are going to do it again, and then we give it.
But as a scheme with a team of researchers, have you researched into why some of these people, the consistency has become a problem?
Is it material or sponsorship? Do they have content or
Have
they
you
don't have,
researched into, have you taken it upon yourself to research into such
Yes,
things?
we have. And one of the things that we wanted to do for
I'm coming.
Yes.
the findings?
I'm building.
Yes,
So
we have.
what did you do with the findings?
So with the findings, yes, so that is one of the things that brought up the 2 years. But apart from that, we sat down and said, okay, fine. The reasons why these comedians are not able to continue to do their specials is sometimes because of finances, sometimes because of sponsorships and all of that. So we can come in as a body to collaborate with them to do their comedy specials with them in a very positive way. So, but you see,
Do you have master classes you do?
We are starting that master class, especially from September, because we have a project with the legends that we are going to do. So we start a comedy master class.
It will be important because as a scheme you want to impact the space. And I mean, if you've done some of this research and it's finance, if you go deep and break it, you realize that it will be as a result of proposals, time people submit sponsorship.
Yeah.
So you can, as a scheme, you can even hold a master class with some corporates, marketing managers among others, for them to come and break down some of this. And we have even people who specially do proposals for events. So if you're an event organizer, you don't have to solely do your proposal. You can reach out to professionals. I mean,
to do it for you.
By so doing, you are building them, and I mean, your impact will be very, it make your relevant.
Very solid.
So, but Dennis, you said something that you with respect to the findings, now you believe your team, you have the capacity to team up with comedians to organize their specials, and I think it can also raise some alarm, especially if
not us as the award scheme. We have partners.
Okay,
we have partners because look, we organized a comedy event.
Even having partners being associated. To an event, and the event
that is one of the issues.
Getting a nomination.
That is one of the reasons why we did not do that until a point we said, okay, this is actually the course, so let's support. There are events that we have organized as a brand. We've done Kwewu comedy show. We've done Kwewu comedy show last, I think, 2 years ago.
Okay,
we did
during the Easter.
Yes, we did during Easter. Okay, we did the whole event. We've done it back to back, but it's not in the categories. It was a sold out event as big as it should. It's not in the category because of conflict of interest.
Okay,
so it's part of the reasons why we had to rethink on whether we should come in and do the specials with them. So there's another partner who is willing to come in and to do this. That one, yes, we know the people, but we are not involved. And mind you, the board is so solid and very rigid that, I wouldn't say rigid, but very keen on professionalism. They have their reputation at stake. A name like Tommy Hannan Forsen, a name like Honorable Fritz Bafo, a name like Socrates, a name like Honorable Mickey. Like these are names that they have reputations to keep. The president of the Comedians Association is also GH. Yes, Percy is also part of the board. All these people have names to protect, and so I don't think that they would just let us do anything anyhow. There are guidelines to what we do. Me as the CEO, I have a limit. I have a limit. There are certain things I'm not even supposed to even vote on it. I have my limits because yes, I'm friends to some comedians. So even on cases where there are some particular issues on comedy, I don't even have a say.
Okay.
So that is because we want to have a very good project that can reckon shoulders with the world-class comedy events and comedy awards that are going on. Yes.
Dennis,
yes, sir.
Final words to our listeners out there as we wrap up this morning.
So I think that some of the generally we have some good support from the Center for National Culture this year. We have the Creative Arts Agency also giving us their endorsements. Yes, they are supporting us with their endorsement. That's Honorable Gideon Ayikwe. A big shout out to him. And then the Creative Center for National Culture is also doing amazing. Mr. Ohene. Yes, that's the director himself. The Humor Awards is also supporting from afar from Nigeria, which they are coming into the country. So they'll come and then they'll do some good presentations and everything. We have Bella Aqua also supporting and everything. I think the government should go beyond looking at creative in a certain way. When it comes to comedy, look, comedy is big. Trust me, if we pay attention to it, the music that is selling Ghana, the tourism that is selling Ghana, it will blow up. The comedy will blow up Ghana. I did a little check. I need to highlight this on the Black Star Experience. I saw Black Star Movie Festival. I saw Black Star Theatre Festival. But I didn't see Black Star Comedy Festival. I think that is a platform where we can actually do something nice for a weekend. Let me I know somebody might pick this up and do it fine. We can have 3 days. we have comedy theaters, we have comedy skits, we have comedy movies, we have stand-up comedy, we have these jugglers, we have magicians and all of them. Let's put them together at one place for a weekend and say we are doing a Black Star comedy festival. Look at what will happen. It will be mind-blowing, and this will put Ghana on another pedestal when it comes to the world market. So it's a big deal. Anyone listening can look at it. The government should also pay attention.
I think
to it.
Netflix is a joke. Has something similar to this, right? Netflix is a joke. I think they have something like that.
Yeah. I think it's something. I've seen something like that. So yeah, it's a big deal. So we
very, very big.
Yeah, we urge the Ghana government and all the stakeholders to support the industry. We need this. The comedians need this. The musicians need it. The stories people need this. Everybody that is doing creative is God sent.
Okay.
Everybody doing creative is God sent.
Yeah.
You can't just sit down and say, I want to create something out. No, you need to be gifted with that to be able to do it, to entertain somebody who is bored, angry, or mad at somebody, to laugh or smile or enjoy. These people have talents that need to be pushed. These people are creating so much employment. Look at TikTok, look at Facebook and everything. Go there and see the skits that are being done day by day. These people are feeding on these things. This is the world market. Pay attention to it. Support the industry. Brands, everybody, support the industry. The comedians especially. This is for you. Support it and make it happen. It's not for one person. It's for the whole family.
Yeah.
Let's get it done. So Saturday, 24th May, La Palm Royal Beach. Come, let's enjoy comedy. Let's celebrate comedy. At 7 p.m. red carpet, 8:30 p.m. main event. We start. We put the fire in. Let's go.
Okay.
Quick one. I'm sorry. I just maybe I might have missed it. Do people like send in works for nominations?
Yes, they do.
Do you also pick people who might not have sent anything and say, no, I think you did something, so I want to put you in a category?
Mostly it's the fans. The fans are allowed.
But like a research team?
Yeah, the research.
So I'm thinking about old age is P. Do you know that one?
Old age is
it's Kesem had
yes. He did.
Right? Yeah, and huge success. But I'm trying to find out, because he's not in any of your categories or any of the listing. Is it because he himself didn't bring anything to say, whatever? Or
KSM is a legend.
Yes. So you do not. So the comedy doesn't.
We have something for the legends. So let's put the legends.
So whatever.
aside.
So your lifetime achievement award that you give to these,
No, this year we are not doing we did a lifetime achievement last year, but this year we are not doing it for a reason. We have a project called Legends of Comedy Night, where we want to bring all the legends together under one umbrella with the new faces of comedy, do a ball for them and set up a project with it where we would support them. It's called Legends Legacy Fund, from the project for the legends, so that we use that to support their insurances and all of those things.
I don't like how you are disenfranchising a lot of people in your.
We are not disenfranchising.
It's like saying, Imagine the Day has released a song. It fits into the category. It's a very hit song, but
he's a legend.
No.
We are not doing that. What I'm saying is,
that's the question he asked.
One say.
Old age is a huge thing, and then whenever you have them coming back to do stuff, right? When you have the as you quote unquote the legend, because when it's I say people are saying when we call them legends, that means we're retiring them.
No,
so it's very careful when we say the legends.
That's how we are bringing them back together. That's how we're bringing them back together.
So the legends, like we are retiring as we are still working, and he is still working. If he doesn't do it here, he's doing it at Cactus Street. So he's very consistent with it. But I'm looking at, has he been awarded in any of these 4 years in existence?
Yes, we've awarded KSM before as when he used to be Kopo. So we honored him. During the time was a COVID time, so people didn't really see it a lot. We went to his office and everything. So there's a reach out hand for him to also join the board as well, because this is growing. This is huge. And so we are not retiring any. No,
creatives don't retire.
We can't retire because even on your bed, anyone who visits you, you share an idea with the person, and the person blows up with it. And so creatives never retire, like my boss Kwame Dazi said. And so yes, the research team does a lot of work, but mostly we dwell on people that filed. That's why we open it to the extent that your fan can even file. Just even one punch on, hey, I've seen this somewhere, add it to it, is open to be accepted.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Well, thanks a lot for joining us. You have something to say?
Quick one.
Yes, sir.
It's great.
Yeah.
It's great. I mean, your contribution towards the comedians, the impact is very clear. I'll urge you to be very strong. I mean, this is the beginning.
Yeah.
Slim mentioned TGMA, Ghana Music Awards 26 years.
Yeah.
I mean, if you have to go into history, how they started and some of the things they faced.
I was watching some of their old videos.
Yes, so you should be ready.
Artists were on stage saying track 1, track 2. Like we don't remember.
You should be ready to stomach all these things that will come out to you.
Yes.
All the shots that will be thrown out to you, you have to accept them in good faith. And I'm happy you said there's a team monitoring the conversation at the moment, because you are doing it for the people and you need to listen to them.
Yes.
So it's very, very important. And I want you to give it a certain class. The fact that is a comedy awards scheme or a comedy awards show doesn't mean we are just going to do anything that when people watch they will laugh. Just laughing because it's funny.
Yeah.
No, but there should be that standard, because listening to you, I see the vision being big. At least you want to see this thing grow to become a global thing, international platform. It is possible. You just have to be very strategic, and the team working behind it. I mean, when it comes to the stage, like I have not been to any of your nights before. But what I would say is, what will drive people to have more interest is when we watch and it's spectacular. Yes, aside the plaque itself, the performance on the night, the organization, everything. You've heard people always bashing Charterhouse when it comes to it. Yes, all these things is to help improve. And I'll urge the comedians themselves. I mean, they need to come in and support. What Slim said the other time still stands. Look, someone like Obi Ampos, I feeling Buko Marina last year. He was part of the conversation when we were discussing artists who really did well during December in GH. And it's mostly about musicians. But here's the case: Obi Ampos was also heavily discussed. He and Lexi, they've really done well. At a point where it's like the comedy industry was a bit down. These two. They were the frontliners. So it's very good you have the awards projecting their works. They have to support. They have to.
It's a must.
They have to. Because I didn't hear mamu. I mean, this. I just don't understand this attitude. Where they don't even want to post.
Martinez,
but they want to win.
I think we'll get into that. So on Saturday, the 24th at La Palm, make sure you come through, and it's the Ghana Comedy Awards. Thank you so much, Dennis, for joining us this morning. I wanted to show you a picture of this is Ghana Music Awards in 2003. Ghana Music Awards, most popular song of the year.
Wow. Recently I was watching that Lumba perform 2000. Yes, in the year 2000 for Rampons.
I think your sister station was playing 2000. When Obrafo was going to perform, he was sitting in a palanquin with Karim. I was watching, I was like, yo, this is good.
Exactly. It shall be well. So let's meet on the 24th inside La Palm. In the sector has now become evident. The task ahead in terms of sustainability is huge. Now, speaking in our interview with Dorian Avio here on his FM, the actor outlined the importance of their audience who patronize the projects they trade. He said, it's a relief because we've always yearned for this, that we worked tirelessly over the years, and we are beginning to see that it's bearing fruits now. The only thing that we still can't do it alone, that's where we have partnership with our audiences who continually patronize our product and our projects and products, he said. Now, he further reiterated that the urgent need for corporate support, calling out to stakeholders to join the cause in growing the theater. Now, he said that we are also reaching out to corporate spaces and all stakeholders to come on board together, because there are many things that we can do together. It's relieving it. And who write this story? You are
Nathan. I edited.
You edited. Who do you want to read? Come and read it yourself.
Spell mine here.
Now, he also admonished his colleagues in the creative sector to develop the spirit of oneness to build a united front amidst all obstacles. Now, I have Fifi Coleman in the studio. Chairman is saying for now sustainability. Do you believe in the assertion in the first place that theatre is beginning to bear fruit?
Beginning. It was born fruits.
Yeah, I love that.
So Fruits Day already.
Fruits Day. Fruits Day.
Mango.
Fruits Day. If they weren't, we would not still be in the space in which we are in. If it's for some time now, for let me say almost 5 years, 5 years coming down now, we have been able to call that our profession. We have been able to boldly stand out and say, this is where we make a living out of. This is what is paying the pest and everything. So it has borne fruits. I understand where he's coming from, because there was a period where it was the same thing, and then there was a lull. There was a big dip where it wasn't doing anything and nothing was happening anymore. And we never, because when we talk as theatre people, when we meet and we talk, we say, never do we want to find ourselves in a space where they will say something like theatre is dead or theatre is dying or ever again. Because we have found ourselves finally in a position where we can strongly say we have developed a product, we have developed something that Ghanaians have bought into, that the patronage has become very huge, that the expectation is there's a market for it, and it is working for us. We're not changing, we're not reinventing. We've done a whole lot of things like crazy ideas of marketing and all of those things, and radical stuff, thinking outside the box, and different types of plays from here to to there, plays that we can market outside, plays that are just for certain purposes. We have done all of those, celebrating our playwrights and all of that. We've done all of that. We keep doing it, and people are still consuming that food from us. So it is there. The thing is that we don't want to find ourselves in a space where we are not producing anymore. Our ability to do that depends on the audiences, and it depends on the theatre support, and depends on what the celebration, how we are celebrated in the space in which we are, to make sure that what we are doing has got a purpose and it is serving very well, and we should just keep doing it. Okay, so for sustainability, it has to be with respect to production and patronage. Yes, these are the two. They're very, very key. I know many a time many will talk about support. They will say, so that we have the corporate support, like let's say the sponsorship thing that comes in to help. We are not saying it's not good for whatever it is that we are doing. It is very huge. It's going to help a lot of us to be able to produce more and do more, but we also understand that even without that, there is not going to be a time where there will be no theatre, that we're not doing it because we didn't get support from somewhere. We will do what we have to do in the space. I'm also thinking that when it comes to sustainability, there needs to be a lot of creative vibe to production as well, in order to still keep the interest of people high, so we are not stale. So we're not stale, so we are putting in the creativity. That's what the creativity and everything comes in and works with different directors, bringing it different ways, so it's not the same faces we are seeing. There's a lot of us right now out there, and I'm very happy that first of all, everyone is getting a date to produce something at the theatre, and everybody's getting a product, because if we were not getting a product, trust me, it would have gone a little bit sideways by now. That said, I'm throwing caution there. That said, I am also very skeptical about what happened to Ghana Films, happening to theatre, where everyone at a certain point thought they could do it with a phone and a certain story that they have. If I can pay for the space, I'll put people together. I want to put people out there. That said, if we do not take care, that sustainability will be harmed by just accepting any product at all on the stage just because somebody has paid for it, and then we start that, because she play big home, then no more, and then that it starts from there. They didn't watch that one, they didn't watch the great ones, they kept be inviting me and crowd, and they start bringing the whatever down, the value down. So those of us proudly in the space who fought very hard to get theatre where it is right now should also have a little of an umbrella set over the upcoming and people trying to do different things in the space just because it is now booming. We all want to be in the space, so that we do not really water it down and still give the quality of work that it deserves to give to people. I think you need to protect it. Yes. And still on production, there's also this thing that is popping up in my mind when it comes to theatre. It's all about, it has a lot to do with the look and feel of it. For patrons, you might enter an auditorium, see the actors on stage, but if a change in even the venue can also bring some form of
excitement, create some form of excitement. Are we getting different venues to?
There's a promise of that, and I do believe that promise will be handled. But then again, I think you're bringing us back to the space where almost every promise that has been made, it is still going to be like an indoor theater system where we are all sitting facing a proscenium watching something on a stage, where we have the other methods, where we have the arena stages where we are all surrounding the action, where it's a site specific. Out of nowhere in the middle of Makola, there's something happening there. Out of nowhere, what people have actually paid to be there to want to see those performances. That is the area we need to also look into. It has not been tapped into yet. We are all now just doing pay, come and sit down, at the theater, watch, venue changes, arenas for playing is very necessary to give people to other versions of theater and how it can be served to the people. So yes, I know the promises have been made. I know it will be fulfilled. I don't think it's been overcast. So we just want to wait and see those ones happen. But we also want to propose other avenues where we can also do these performances without having to have structures per se to make it happen. I've seen moving cars where you just park the car, you open
there's a stage.
There's a stage. Boom, and people are just
the MVUs. Mobile viewing units.
Yes,
I think I worked with a couple of agencies that did that.
Yeah, we've seen that. So we they get them. There are all areas we can explore to to serve our art and then see what we can do. Yeah.
Kwame.
Good story there from Uncle. But I'm trying to reconcile something that Fifi said with a mantra that they've been drumming home, which is from George Quay to Chief Mumin to almost all the theater producers. They'll tell you that, we don't make any money from theater. They'll tell you, you can make money after 5 years. I'm trying to reconcile that with a very beautiful story my brother has told us now that, it is bearing fruit. Are they really getting money? Because from the other side, from those conversations with George Quay and the other people, they think money no day inside. Are they really getting money? Is it really bearing fruit?
Why have they not left? Why are we still pushing why should we push it? See, Kwame, the thing is that if you're looking at the growth and the fruits in terms of money coming into the bank and stuffing it over this time, that's where then there's a bit of a disconnect right there. Right now, we Image, Fifi Productions, Globe, Mumin, everybody there is still pushing that agenda because somehow it is opening doors. Somehow we are beginning to export theater. Somehow I think Globe is trying to doing that with Ghana Must Go.
Yeah.
Chief is already doing that with Mansa World. You understand what I'm saying? If he didn't give us any leverage, or we didn't have any leverage from where the growth of theater has come to, we will not get the exposure to want to do all of those things. Trust me, no businessman wants to put money into something that we're not going to get anything back. I cannot keep on losing and still say it's like stupidity. It's like I keep doing one thing, it keeps failing, and I still say that is exactly what I want to do. There's some fruits that is coming in.
That may not be monetary.
That may not be monetary per se.
Okay.
That may not be monetary per se, but you're enjoying because in that space you're still sometimes I keep breaking this thing down for people really don't understand. Fruit day inside. I keep on breaking this for people.
You wanted pawpaw, but you are getting watermelon. It's all good.
And then we say value, equity.
Yes, value. No, because in the same space, right? Like you look at what are you putting into it and whatever is coming back. Even if you're not breaking even onto this thing, right? At some point you realize that you're making the en routes to the point where someone is right now reaching out to you to say, I want to be part of your next production. You didn't even write a proposal. You didn't even say anything to anyone. You understand? You're sending a proposal. When did I send in a proposal? I was listening to that conversation. I've seen people send in a proposal the day of the production. They get yes. Let's do it. Yes. And that is all because of yes, because it makes sense. That is all because of where you're coming from and where you are currently with the work that you are doing.
It's been fortified.
I'm in conversations with a company right now that you would never think would have supported ever theater, but they're like okay, bring what can we do? We are into this. We are a family organization. We do this. So how can we apply ourselves? And they called. I didn't even make that call. So we're saying that look, the winning, the fruits that is bearing, it's opening the doors. And it has to start from somewhere to wherever. If it was that terrible, trust me, all of us will have just walked straight away.
Okay.
Well, Fifi, thanks a lot for joining us this morning.
Wait, we can't end without dilemma.
No, dilemma is in the corner.
Don't put us in a dilemma.
I swear, don't cause any dilemma shock here right now. Like.
Yeah, confused. Godfather issue be unresolved.
Say Godfather or the abortion and what the abortion and what said in the building.
And he does this in the building. He wants to run away. Buy them, quick one.
Oh, for me, I think it tells us that, I mean, regardless of the situation you get in, giving up shouldn't be the option, especially when you see the future is bright. They've stood their grounds and put in a lot of measures to get here because it wasn't by fluke. So they need sustainability is very important. So they need to be able to consolidate that gains they've made so that they will be able to leverage on that fortification they've made. So I mean, it's a good one. We always don't want the negative. I mean, there's a positive one. Let us sustain it and bring a lot of investment into the space.
Thank you.
Great. Vivi, tell us about your latest in your production.
Latest in my production, 6th, 7th, 8th of June, National Theatre within the Dilemma of a Ghost by Adjetey Anang, the very celebrated playwright, BBC award-winning mother, well-studied play The Dilemma of a Ghost. Simple themes of interracial marriages between America and Ghana, and and how what they perceive as what is acceptable here, and what we perceive as it is okay, and how okay it is. When a girl smokes or drinks, how do we perceive that in 1960s that we are talking about here? So it's a culture shock of her to bringing a wife, an African American wife to Ghana. And she just like, wait, hold up, is this wrong? Is that wrong, man? People say I shouldn't do this. Your people say I shouldn't do this. Your people say I shouldn't do this. Like, what is it? Like, what sort of are you trying to reconcile that? No, it's our culture. We're supposed to do that, and you trying to now you are torn between, wait, is what I studied in America what the right culture is, or what I study here is what is right? So that is the element.
Same thing in the book.
Yes, the same thing in the book. Same thing we are doing. A little tweak here and there, with direction that we're trying to take it. But that's the story we are telling. GTA approved, endorsed, and all of those things. So we know the tourism authorities actually, because we're trying to reach out to the diasporans who are in country and are coming in, because it's something that they can relate to. Because always they come in, they're in a shock of, wait, the culture is like that, and all of that. So we're trying to reconcile and build, as part of resetting the ideas and the minds of what Africa is supposed to be in America. Resetting what is supposed to be. This is 6th, 7th, 8th June at the National Theatre. 200 cedis for regular, 300 cedis VIP. Tickets will be sold at the gate, and the short code to get a ticket will be *714*50# *714*50#. You can get a ticket. Come in there. Let's celebrate culture the way it's supposed to be.
Okay, Martinez.
It's a good call from Adjetey Anang. I mean, those who have been to Fifi Coleman's show, George Quinn's show, you understand what Adjetey Anang is saying. Sustainability is very, very important. And if you look beyond just creative work or the creative space, there's job opportunities as well. And so if not for anything, once the corporate bodies come in to support the theater, it's rather help create job opportunities. Because a lot of people get the opportunity to work in that space. And so for me, I believe that with what they are doing, they've really given some kind of light to those who have that passion to act, because theater is actually building a lot of people into the space. I mean, back in the day, Kids Hope Concert Party, we saw the impact where Acrobat and Co had certain kind of, chance to exhibit what they have in the Mejako. And I wish Kids Hope Concert Party is even rebranded and then back into our space. I've seen people try a couple of times, but as I shut down Fabisam. But then if we will be able to bring it back, tell our stories, like what Fifi and Co is doing, I'm going to tell you, it's our story. A lot of people might not even know anything about her. Some of us also had the opportunity to read a couple of things. But, when you put it into play, it's become something meaningful. And so they cannot do it alone. We have to call for support. And it's good GTA has come in to approve. It will help, at least put them at a certain level where they will be very attractive. I mean, in December, it's not just about musicians putting up, performances. We have to open the space for comedians to put up their shows as well as theaters as well. And together, the industry will become very big.
Thank you, Martinez, for joining us. Thank you, Adam. Thank you, Fifi. And thank you, Kwame Dazi, for joining us. Now I have breaking news. The library returns tomorrow.
Wow.
With Andy Dusty. And Godfather, as you did, you forget just do a little bit of what is happening. I have information, but...
Yeah, 1 2 1 2. Testing my testicles. DJ 1 2. Say it too. Oh, say when you are testing it, you tickle it.
That's a tickle.
Yes, a tickle.
So can't test it.
Hey. Yeah, Israel.
2nd August.
All right, so tomorrow, from 10 to 12, all lovers of the library, I know I've endured the bullets that have come to me on social media. It's time for us to resume work. We are discussing the TGMAs. We'll be here tomorrow from 10 to 12. So what we are discussing tomorrow is the new artist of the year since the inception of the Ghana Music Awards.
Okay.
Yeah, because on Joy we're discussing the artist of the year. It's something we did not even plan, but the anybody wants to know Adjetey. So we'll continue here tomorrow. We'll resume here tomorrow with the new artist of the year, and then the rest will follow. So from the year 2000 till 2025, let's find out who had picked up that award for new artist of the year. It's a very interesting discussion, and I want everyone to tune in and listen. Again, why do people think that the Ghana Music Awards began in 1999? So we'll clear the air tomorrow. Did it start in 1999 or 2000? Why is Achiami's name mentioned as the 1999? What did they win?
Yes.
Why is that the number? Kenya appeared. Oh no, who there tomorrow?
Some issues.
Issue day. Yeah, the library returns. So tomorrow, please tune in. Yeah.
So tomorrow from 10 to
12. Yeah.
The library is on Hits FM 1.
Thank you for admitting that on Saturday you'll be here in the morning. Yeah, for Jaminana.
DJ Black is listening.
Well, a million thanks. 2nd August.
This is Hits.